By the middle of the 19th century, chemistry was accumulating data faster than scientists could make sense of it. Researchers had successfully identified 63 distinct elements, but they existed as a chaotic, unpredictable jumble of chemical reactions and physical properties. Chemists like John Dalton and John Newlands had tried to find a unifying pattern to organize these materials. Both proposed systems of classification, but neither concept fully held together, and their ideas failed to gain traction across the wider scientific community. Dmitri Mendeleev approached the problem from a different angle. He grew up observing the industrial realities of his mother's glassworks in Siberia before traveling to St. Petersburg, where he earned a doctorate and became a rigorously educated professor of chemistry. In 1867, Mendeleev took over the general chemistry lecture course at St. Petersburg University. He immediately ran into a practical problem. The field was advancing so quickly that translated European texts were out of date before they were even printed. He needed to write his own comprehensive Russian-language textbook. The lack of an agreed-upon chemical system was a severe pedagogical crisis. Without a coherent framework tying the elements together, teaching the subject meant forcing university students to simply memorize dozens of disconnected facts. By January 1869, Mendeleev hit a massive intellectual wall while writing his textbook, Principles of Chemistry. He had easily covered the 8 most common elements, like oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen, in his first volume, but that left 55 highly disparate, confusing elements that he somehow had to squeeze into Volume 2. Organizing the remaining elements alphabetically or by random preference would be useless for his students. The science required a logical grouping, but no clear rule existed to connect an alkali metal to a dense, toxic gas. To finish his book, Mendeleev had to abandon rote memorization. He was forced to hunt for a hidden mathematical order in nature, simply to give his chapters a logical sequence. Years earlier, Mendeleev had attended the 1860 Karlsruhe Congress, an international summit where chemists gathered to resolve the inconsistencies in their science. It was there he studied the work of Italian chemist Stanislaw Cannizzaro. Cannizzaro standardized atomic weights, setting hydrogen to a baseline of 1 and calculating other elements as a strict mass ratio against it. Mendeleev then separated superficial traits, like color or physical state, from the core element, which possessed exactly one constant property, its atomic weight. This distinction provided a reliable numerical variable. Mendeleev finally had a solid mathematical foundation to sort the chaotic elements. On February 17, 1869, Mendeleev canceled a planned visit to a local cheese factory and locked himself in his study. He began playing a game of chemical solitaire. He wrote the atomic weight and known chemical properties of every single element onto blank cards and started shifting them around his desk. When he arranged the cards strictly by increasing atomic weight, a pattern emerged. The chemical properties of the elements repeated at regular, predictable intervals. He grouped these chemically similar elements into the same rows, aligning their behaviors and weights. This arrangement formed the very first periodic system. But there was an immediate flaw. If he strictly followed the sequence of the known elements, the properties eventually stopped aligning. The repeating pattern broke down. To preserve chemical groupings, Mendeleev left deliberate gaps in his layout. He overruled accepted weights of tellurium and iodine, inverting their order. For the gaps, he predicted the exact densities and melting points of unseen elements based entirely on surrounding numbers. By leaving these placeholders, Mendeleev turned a static classification chart into a predictive engine. He challenged the entire scientific establishment to prove the math was correct. Initially, the scientific community was deeply skeptical. Many chemists viewed his table as a convenient teaching tool for his students, rather than a factual map of undiscovered matter. This table compares Mendeleev's predictions for Eka aluminum with the actual properties of gallium, a new element discovered by a French chemist in 1875. The measured atomic weight, density, and melting point of gallium fit Mendeleev's blank space perfectly. The exact same thing happened when scandium was isolated in 1879, and again with germanium in 1886. The physical world matched the math on Mendeleev's cards with accuracy that no other system could explain. The rapid succession of discoveries validated his entire system. Mendeleev had exposed an inherent physical law of nature, proving that atomic weight dictated chemical behavior. Despite his scientific eminence, Mendeleev's strong democratic leanings led to clashes with Russian authorities, and he was eventually forced out of his professorship in 1890. Yet his international reputation only grew, cementing him as a figure of immense authority in the scientific community. When he died in 1907, a massive crowd of students flooded the streets of St. Petersburg for his funeral procession. Above their heads, they carried his periodic table. A professor sitting in his study, trying to solve a formatting problem for a textbook, ended up mapping the inherent grammar of the universe.